Hello, and after a long time, we're back at Curry's Fun Park Portrush Minecraft. In today's episode, we're going to be finishing the main hall, doing the Dodgems, along with the Sizzler. So let's get started, and also don't forget to follow me on TikTok. So to begin today's episode, we're going to be doing some work around the Jumping Astro, along with going and just removing a couple of arcade machines that aren't there currently. So now we're moving on to the removal of the Monte Carlo. This replaced the old simulator ride, which I grew up with. That was in 2015, and the ride was removed in early 2021, around the same time the Turtle Splash was. This ride was also basically a replacement for the old Monte Carlo ride, which I'm aware might have gone to Southport Pleasureland because there was a ride like that very similar for a couple of years, but who knows. The original Monte Carlo ride I also grew up with. But now we're beginning construction of the new Toy Carousel. This was relatively easy as I had built a similar ride over in K-Land, which is basically the exact same design, so I copied it over and just changed the colours. This ride is a lot smaller than the original Monte Carlo, and you can still see remnants of the flooring on it to this day. I am planning on one day doing the secrets of Curry's Fun Portrush, where I take you on a tour and show you the secrets, aka remnants of Barry's amusements. But now we're just finishing up the new Toy Carousel, along with adding the small control box. But now I'm just quickly removing the iconic clowns. I have no idea what happened to these, but I really hope they are still in a good condition. They could be anywhere, but I really hope they were not scrapped. I think most likely the Troffellis just have them. But now we're replacing the Welcome to Barry sign with the Welcome to Curry's Fun Park Portrush sign. In my opinion, I really like this sign, but I kind of prefer the neon light sign, which was the Barry's one. I know during the 90s and before that, the back side was actually a picture of some flowers. But in the early 2000s, it was changed to Welcome to Barry's. But now I'm just doing some minor work to the Dodgems. By just simply adding in the New York taxi cars, I'm not really going to do anything to the arcade because I have no idea what's actually changed in the arcade, and who cares really about what the arcade machines are actually arranged like. But now as you can see, we're now moving on to the Cyclone, and I'm currently removing it. Cyclone was another ride that just disappeared. I remember seeing on UTV Live pictures of it being dismantled, but I thought it was just because of maintenance reasons and not that the ride was being completely removed. But then it was replaced by a Sizzler, which is also what I've started building. You might notice in the floor I have glowstone where the gondolas are supposed to be. That is actually just due to, see, when they were not there, it was extremely dark in there, so I just added them to add a wee bit more illumination. It's quite hard to choose which is my favourite, Cyclone or Sizzler. Cyclone was a lot more of a classic ride and novelty, but the Sizzler was much more modern and fast, so it is quite a hard choice. But I do love how loud the jingles are. Sometimes if you're lucky, Owen Curry himself will actually be operating it. I saw him one time operate it. Now this Sizzler is owned by Cornelius Gooch, but it was formerly owned by James Cole. When it was owned by Cornelius Gooch, it also did go to a couple Thunderland fairs, along with Tramore Amusement Park. So now I'm just moving on to the other side of the ride. Sizzler is also the ride at Curry's which actually has the most references to Barry's amusements, with the Cyclone sign and the Cyclone control box. It also reuses the Cyclone's old queue. Funny enough, in the control booth, the controls for the Cyclone are still there, which makes me think the ride might be in storage or something. Maybe with the Troffellis where this extreme bike is stored, which I do not know, but I know the Troffellis still own it. Also, during the early days of Curry's, Sizzler was running quite slow, but it recently has gone a lot faster, which is quite good. But I remember on opening day seeing the Beast and it actually spun at max height, which it doesn't do currently. I can't even imagine what that would have felt like because the Beast's spin are so intense, so it happening at max height would be insane. So now I'm just quickly adding in the floor, nothing too special. Apart from the fact that one time I went down, someone's hat flew off during the ride and it actually then got crushed by the wheels underneath the ride that spin the cars. If you have a Lego mixer, I think you know what I mean. So that's us nearly done the floor and I'll just skip over the fencing. So now we're just building a Sizzler control box, which looks really good. However, I forgot to add in the disused queuing system that is used when the ride is travelling. If you view the ride from outside the window, I think you'll see it. So I added that in after I finished the episode. I remember when the Sizzler was first built up at Curry's, people were moaning and complaining everywhere about it, and they still do, claiming that it's really, really slow and stuff. And because of all the moaning and complaining, I've decided to make a new video, which is currently in development. Now that concludes today's episode of Building Curries from Portrush in Minecraft. In the next episode, we're going to do a little bit of work in the arcade area, along with building the new carousel. When I mean building, we're just going to be modifying it a little bit. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.